Hello, I'm RJ City, and you are listening to the Monster Cast. You're going to talk about Bela Lugosi. They're going to talk about Lon Chaney Jr. be so sad, holding his hat, saying, "Please put me in this room and don't unlock the door." And you can't do any better than the Dahl brothers. Jack and Ryan, they're brothers, but they're also bros. What? Pardon? Wrestling. Well, who the hell wants to talk about wrestling? These are horror movies. It's a deep genre. It's a smart genre. Fantastic actors. Fantastic cinematography. Wrestling is just sweating and fireworks and bouncy ropes. There's nothing. How can you talk about that every week? All right. Let's see them try. Take it away, you crazy dolls.
You. Jesus, fuck my fucking ass. What the fuck? Please shut up.
No. Master Watto is a
shut
champion.
up.
You're gonna put some
Stop
respect on his
fucking
name
saying
now.
Master Watto on this fucking show.
IWGP Junior Heavyweight Co-Champion.
What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Apple Fightful here. You're watching the Monster Cast with Jack and Ryan. A big shout out to those fellas. Good people. Check them out.
Oh my god, what is this?
It
Who
looks
is
like a
making
TV.
the New Japan titles? They need to stop making
It's like
titles.
a TV, bro. They took it too literally. That's the problem.
They should have just turned it into a TV. I would have been more
I know.
impressed.
That would have been cooler.
Put some
Make
antennas
it-
on the top.
No, just make it like a digital title. Like you could display whatever you want on the
Oh,
digital.
like an
title.
LCD screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then have
That'd be
the
sick as
picture
fuck.
of the person that's the champ. That'd be so good.
Oh fuck.
That'd be worth it.
Wrestling podcast. How fucking original.
Jake and Brian, Brandon Cutler here from AEW, and I hope you guys have an awesome podcast with the Monster Cast. What was that? Your name is Jack and Ryan? Shut up, Jack and Ryan.
Tell me who you would sign first.
Hiroshi Tanahashi.
No, not overall, genius. Between the two goddamn examples I'm about to give you.
Master Watto.
Killer Cross or Dominic Dijakovic, who are you signing first?
Killer Cross. 100%.
What the fuck?
Absolutely.
Wrong! That
No,
answer is
I would.
wrong.
I would.
Oh
Killer
my god.
You don't know shit! Your opinions suck!
I guess I mean, you're welcome.
Fuck, I'll boo it.
But I don't think I've ever said boo.
I will.
That's so stupid.
I'll do it. Boo! Boo! You can't. Don't actually say the word because that's why it sounds weird. You gotta. It's like more like a note. Boo! You don't fucking actually say boo. Boo! 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 You don't turn it into a fucking chant. You actually have to.
I will. I'm gonna do that at Forbidden Door.
You start a boo chant. Boo! 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 Boo!
Here's your hosts of the Monster Cast, the Straight Edge Monster Jack and Ryan.
Hello everybody and welcome to Prediction Sure to Be Wrong on the Monster Cast. I am your host, the Straight Edge Monster Jack. That's Ryan Rockwell right there. We've got AEW Dynasty Predictions, our first ever live prediction show, I believe, here on the YouTubes. Hope you guys enjoy it. We've got 10 matches this Sunday from St. Louis. And I just wanted you to know, I got them right here. I don't have the confidence picks up, but I do have all my picks already written down. So, just so you know,
Wow.
so that you don't think I'm copying you or some bullshit, because right now we're so close in predictions.
When have I've never accused you of copying.
I'm just saying. I mean, sometimes I have copied you. But
Well, I make compelling arguments. So.
First of all, I've changed your mind way more than you've changed mine. Even though
I don't think that's true.
No, it is definitely true. On predictions, yes. Not anything else. Yes. Oh, you've said many times on the show, oh, yeah, that makes sense. I think I'm going to change my pick. A lot. And then it pisses me off, actually. That's why I started making you go first every now and then.
I think most of the time, I say that makes sense, but I'm still
Actually,
gonna
I'm
pick
gonna
a
make
shit
you go
list
first every match because I already have mine written down. I'm gonna make you go first every match on this one because I have mine written down, so you can't copy my shit. All right, and then so
I
it's
get
really
copied
close.
that picks. I'm winning.
2024. This is our closest predictions so far. We've been doing this. We definitely did it last year, obviously. This is the first year we did incorporated the confidence picks. I've won the last 2 years, so I don't know if we've done it. I don't think we did it before that, or maybe we did it, but we didn't keep track. Maybe the records. But I'm definitely two-time defending prediction champion. There's my title right there. Prediction championship. It's real. But this year it's super close. We've only done a few shows. We did so far this year we've done New Japan Wrestle Kingdom 18. We did the Royal Rumble. We did the Elimination Chamber, and we did WrestleMania 40. We didn't do Revolution because you were there for Sting's last match. So we didn't do Revolution.
Yep.
So there you
Apparently
have it.
somebody deleted the Wikipedia page for Dynasty.
No. If you go see, it doesn't pop up automatically. If you type in Dynasty and it shows Revolution, just hit Revolution, and then under Wikipedia where it goes to the next pay-per-view, it'll say Dynasty, and it'll have the link, and then you can go to that. That's what I had to do to get the matches in order. I knew the matches, I just didn't know the order that they were going to have them in. I mean, this might not be the order, but you get what I'm saying, so that we can follow along so you know what's coming up next type deal.
Don't refresh your page in because that shit's deleted. I'm telling you.
I literally just went to it earlier when I was typing in
I'm telling you right now, it's deleted. Even the way that you just said, there's a red link there, and it's fucking gone. So don't refresh your page.
I don't need to refresh it. I have all my picks.
It's fine, but
all my shit's in order, so.
I deleted the page.
Well, I'm going to do them in the same order that they're on Wikipedia, so if it does pop back up and you want to follow along, that's fine. But yeah, all right, so the overall record so far in 2024 are me in the lead with 23 wins and 11 losses, and Ryan has 22 wins and 12 losses. So it's literally a one match difference. And then on confidence picks, there's a little different story on confidence picks. I have 126 points to your 120 points. So very
What
close.
show fucked up our stuff so bad?
Do what?
What show fucked up our stuff so bad? We don't normally have that big of a disparity in wins and losses.
That big of a disparity? Oh,
yes.
yeah. Like how many? Yeah. I get what you're saying. Because our percentages are usually really fucking good. Yes, I agree. I want to say it was the New Japan. I think we started out really shitty. Yeah, we both went 4-6 on Wrestle Kingdom because Gato just said, fuck everything that you want to happen. That's not going to happen.
Oh, yeah. That's right. With David Finlay and all that bullshit.
David Finlay. Don't forget Tama won against Shingo, which we both had high numbers for. Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. Okay. I do remember now. All right. Well, what do they have on their first?
Okay, so the first thing is obviously the 0 hour match. It is going to be the Acclaimed against Bullet Club Gold titles for titles. This one was made official last night on Dynamite or after Dynamite, one or the other. But we kind of knew this was going to happen. I said it on the show on Sunday that the two matches that weren't up there yet that I thought were going to be up there were the two matches that were added yesterday. So, I'll let you go ahead and pick. It's Bullet Club Gold with the Ring of Honor 6-man titles and the Acclaimed with the AEW Trios titles. And I still don't know if they're actually going to unify them or if it's just going to be somebody vacates one like we were talking about before and holds on to the AEW ones because technically those are the higher ceiling ones or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
The only way
I feel like it's split 50-50 online too about some people want them unified and a lot of people like myself do not.
Yeah, I think I've been telling you for a while that I want them unified too. Just because you get a much, it's kind of like women's tag titles in WWE or whatever. Like it would never make sense to have. Well, they already do, but like the women's NXT versus.
Said, I need you to get rid of the trios titles altogether because you just piece together tag teams. I think you're thinking about WWE women's tag team division because you're definitely not thinking about trios. There's plenty of trios teams that are actual teams. You have Top Flight, you've got Death Triangle, you got House of Black, you got Bullet Club Gold, you got the Acclaim. These are all actual 3-man teams. So I don't know what this guy was talking about, but it was quite annoying when I read it.
Yeah,
What
I'm fine
piece
with
together
them.
3-man teams do they have? Ring of Honor, maybe.
I'm fine with them merging these. I've got Bullet Club Gold winning because I think there's two reasons. One, Acclaimed has already kind of been getting over them more often in the lead up to this. Secondly, you can't waste Jay White with losing bullshit matches. And then sort of a little aside, if the plan is to vacate one of them, then obviously you don't vacate the bigger one, you would vacate the ROH. And it doesn't make sense to win the ROH and then vacate them immediately, which is what the Acclaimed would be doing. So it makes sense for the people who take the bigger title to vacate the lower title, and then they can have like a trios tournament in Ring of Honor if that's what they end up doing. But even if they don't end up doing that and it's a merge, I still just think it makes more sense for Bullet Club Gold to win here. So I've got
Completely
them.
makes more sense for Bullet Club Gold to win, and I have Bullet Club Gold winning as well. It's kind of like the Ultimate Warrior Hogan thing. Like, why would Hogan want the IC title? You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have made no sense. So of course Ultimate Warrior was going to win. It makes sense for somebody to the lower holder of the lower tier title to win the higher title in a title for title match. It kind of almost gives it away, honestly, in my opinion. But unless it ends up in like a double count or double DQ or something, I mean, it is 0 hour. No one says they need to have a legitimate finish on 0 hour. But if you're trying to pull people in to get the pay-per-view that might be on the fence or something, I would suggest you have an actual winner, and I do believe that'll be Bullet Club Gold.
Yeah, fuck finish just kind of sucked the air out of the room right before the first main card match. So I don't think they do that.
That's not the way to talk people into your pay-per-view, I don't think.
Yeah.
Okay. So we both got Bullet Club Gold. Let me write your name down here. All right, next up, you've got Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, and Mark Briscoe going against House of Black.
I have House of Black on this because I think that if you're building out your trios division, it has to be established trios. They're already going to parlay this into singles matches for each of the three competitors that are in it. You got the TNT title with Copeland and Malachi. You probably end up doing like Briscoe versus Matthews for the ROH title, and then Kingston and King can do whatever for whatever. I mean, Kingston's probably about to lose the New Japan Strong one anyway, right? So doesn't really matter.
Gabe Kidd, right? That's what you said.
Gabe Kidd, yeah. But yeah, no, I think that this is a setup for singles matches, and it's also a setup for the established trios being dominant in the trios division again. Copeland can take a loss. Kingston just lost, so it's not going to hurt him either to have another one.
Lost twice.
And then this does kind of set up the Briscoe thing where it gives him someone to defend against for his first title defense where he can win and it'll make sense. So you have Buddy Matthews going to that role. So no, I have House of Black winning this.
I have House of Black winning as well. Now, this one is a piece together trios team, but that's not what this team was put together for, not for the trios division. It was literally just to go against House of Black. You've got three literally singles champions on one side against House of Black. So, and I also do believe that there's going to be maybe some friction between Eddie Kingston and Mark Briscoe, because Mark Briscoe just took the title off, or one of Kingston's titles off of him. So maybe it would be a setup for a return match for the Ring of Honor World title as well, while Copeland goes off to do the Malachi Black TNT Championship match later down the line. So yeah, I do believe that obviously the House of Black, who are former trios champions and been together for a while now, they have the more cohesion. It just makes too much sense for House of Black to win this, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we've got the FTW Championship match. It is Hook against Chris Jericho. Your faves?
I think Jericho has to win for the shit that he's trying to do to make any sense. And then the story they have to tell is Hook fighting back for the belt, maybe doing some shit with Taz to like build back up to it or whatever. I don't want to see it necessarily, but thinking about what the story that they're trying to tell is, and Jericho's whole Jericho vortex, whatever the fuck, learning tree nonsense. He has to win. He has to probably bring in some other young talents to mentor that Hook goes through, and then Hook takes his belt back.
You think this leads to another Jericho stable?
Yeah, because he's been filing trademarks for him. Um, the Jericho learning tree or whatever the fuck he called it. So yeah, no, I've got Jericho winning this begrudgingly.
I've got Jericho winning it as well. I didn't know about the trademarks, but I do have Jericho winning it. Hook's already got the better of him a few times, including a win in a singles match. So, yeah, I think Jericho turns heel here. He might as well just go ahead and lean into him already getting booed for outside reasons anyway. So that way, at least it comes off on TV like you're doing your job instead of trying to be a babyface and getting booed because everybody's kind of wanting a break from you right now. So if they're not going to give him that break and he doesn't want to take that break and they're going to have him on TV, you might as well just go ahead and turn him heel. And the best way to do that right now is to, quote unquote, bury a young talent in Hook and take the FTW title away. But I will say that at least Jericho has ties to the FTW title in the past because he used to fight Taz in ECW. So like him holding, I don't have a really issue with him holding it as far as the quote unquote title history goes, but it would kind of suck. You also need to eventually move on. I think from the FTW title in general. So Hook is literally the new Taz as far as that title goes, right? So once Jericho wins it, and then Hook takes it, when Hook takes it back from him, they need to just get rid of that title so that Hook can move on. The issue is where do you slot really Hook in at after he wins or after he drops that title?
World title. Nah, he could do TNT. He could do Continental or International. You could make the case for that after he beats Jericho back, because he's got wins over, decent dudes. He's got to build up a little bit more.
That man ain't taking off no Okada.
That'd be cool though.
It would definitely be cool. It'd be cool as hell if he does the Chad Gable fucking picks him up dead weight and then fucking gives him the damn belly to back. That would be sick. German suplex or whatever. Yeah, that would be insane. No, it would definitely be cool. I don't know if it's going to happen because if Okada hits him with the Rainmaker, Hook ain't getting up.
I think the international title is probably more likely, but we'll see. Or the TNT. I think if Malachi takes the TNT title off of Copeland, then 6 months down the line, maybe you could see like a Hook Malachi Black program. I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot going on in their mid card, so we'll see. But no,
are we thinking Okada's holding this Continental title all the way till the next C2?
Probably.
Yeah, because Tony Khan said that whoever the champion is going to be automatically entered into the C2. So
yeah, well, who do you have taken off of him in the meantime? Your $14 million fucking talent? No, he's going to dominate that division
and then
until the next tournament,
as well.
and then probably the tournament too. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Like it's just how you book him. It's fucking Okada.
It would be crazy.
It's crazy that Okada's not in New Japan. That's still
it's insane.
It's still hard for me to remember sometimes. He's not just like visiting.
Yeah,
he's like not in fucking New Japan. That's crazy.
No, this is literally like if fucking Cena or Seth Rollins or The Rock or somebody went to AEW. It's the same concept. Like it's crazy that he literally is signed exclusively to AEW.
Yeah, I forget it. So like even with the triple threat or the triple tag 6-man tag whatever the fuck last night with the Bucks and Garcia and all that. I was watching it and I was like, oh man, it's gonna suck when they're done using him here. And I was like, oh fuck, no wait, he's signed. He's like permanently signed for a long time. It's hard to not view it as a guest spot sometimes when you're just so used to seeing him in New Japan. All right, what's next?
Next up, we've got the international title that you were talking about. Roderick Strong is defending against Kyle O'Reilly. Who you got?
Fuck. They're not done telling the Kingdom story yet. Strong just got back. There's a lot of interference that could come into play with the Kingdom and stuff. I think Strong keeps it. I don't think the story here is that Strong loses immediately when O'Reilly comes back. So
I've got Roderick Strong winning as well. I think this is pretty clear cut and dry, honestly. It's going to be one of the higher confidence picks. Like you said, you said Strong just got back, but O'Reilly just got back even sooner than that. So, so there's going to be obviously some chicanery going on here because Kyle O'Reilly's going to try to win straight up, and Roderick Strong is going to not win straight up. Probably have Wardlow help him out or something like that because that's his new task, quote unquote, from Adam Cole, is to make sure that he keeps the international title and that the Kingdom keep the Ring of Honor tag titles. All right. Next up, you got Julia Hart defending the TBS title against Willow Nightingale.
Willow, it's time. Hart's had it for a while. She's had a good run. There's stories to be told with Mercedes. There's stories to be told with Statlander. It's time to get this off of Hart and put it on Willow.
I've got Julia Hart. Julia Hart is winning and keeping this title and then dropping it to Mercedes. I do not, under any circumstances, want to see Willow win this title and then have to drop it to Mercedes right after. It makes no sense to me. If Willow's going to win this thing, I want her to have a long run, and I don't see Mercedes dropping her first title defense, especially if it ends up being her first match, because she said she's got next, and it'll be at Double or Nothing. But I don't know if they're actually going to let her have a couple warm-up matches first, or if that's literally just going to be her debut match. If it's her debut match, she's not losing it. So, yeah, I don't really want to see Willow have it for a month and then turn around and lose it. So I'm going to go Julia there. All right. Next up, your boy, the one that Ryan gets wet over, this match right here. Okada versus Pac for the Continental title. No, it's true. See the face he made as soon as oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
yeah. Well, no, I thought you were talking about Ospreay Danielson. I was like, yeah, it'll be a good match.
No. You're that one too. Don't let's not lie here. This has got to be. I mean, minus like another Omega versus fucking Takeshita match being added in this. Like, this is a pay-per-view literally made for you with those two matches alone, honestly.
Yeah.
You get to see Okada versus Pac and Danielson versus Ospreay, and you get a Jay White match. You get Swerve and Joe. Like, I mean, this match, I feel like people don't need to be sleeping on Strong and Kyle O'Reilly either, by the way. That match could end up stealing the fucking show, honestly. So yeah, this pay-per-view, like, it's almost like Tony Khan got into your DMs or something, and you were like, hey man, this is what I like to see at Dynasty.
The problem with this is the same thing that we talk about a lot, which is Okada's not losing here. So even going into it, you're waiting for the finish where Okada fucks him over or whatever. Like, I don't think Pac wins. So it'll be a good match. I just don't think that the finish, as far as who goes over, is.
You think this might be a prelude to depending on injuries, obviously, and visa issues, this could be a prelude to the finals of the C2 this year. Maybe they meet again in the finals of the C2 for this title.
Well, if they do, then I imagine Pac wins there. But yeah, I don't have him winning here.
I think Okada holding it till the C2 again, honestly, for the second C2 is what's best for the title, because the title, now that it's its own thing, with not with the other two and no longer a Triple Crown, to have
what is the C2 anyway? December?
To have Eddie. That's a great question. Yes, because the finals happened at World End, I believe. At World's End, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So, when Kingston beat Danielson or whatever, Kingston held it all the way till Okada. And if Okada holds it all the way to the C2 again, I just think that puts a lot of instant like prestige. Not just because of the two names that have held it, but just because it's gone. It's not like it's been hot potatoed 5 times before the next C2. This is going to be almost kind of like their IWGP heavyweight title, the way that they do their title. It might change once within the year, but most of the time I think it'll be held till the next C2.
Yeah.
Type deal.
So yeah, I've got Okada on that.
I do have Okada as well. Like you said, like we said that last week on the show, I believe, when we were talking about the hype levels for the pay-per-view. I would love to see Pac win. No, I mean, don't get me wrong. It would be awesome. Because it would just come out of nowhere. And we've seen him win out of nowhere before with the Kenny Omega thing, obviously, which ended up being one of the best matches in AEW history that no one really talks about for some reason, where he was a last-minute replacement for who? You remember who?
Moxley, because Moxley had a staph infection on his elbow.
Right, Moxley. And then Pac ended up fucking winning it. That's when Pac was on his shit, too, where he was not losing to anybody.
Yeah. Where they tried to book him to lose to fucking Page, and then
Paige,
Dragon's
yeah, he
Gate
was
was
like,
like,
nah.
no. Well, he wasn't like nah. Dragon's Gate was like nah because he was real big.
Because he actually eventually did end up losing to Page not
Yeah.
long after that, but yeah.
Yeah.
But he had was like 2 years after WWE that he had not lost or some shit. It was insane.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, we've got two of the greatest tag teams in tag team history.
We already talked about the Bang Bang Gang.
The Young Bucks versus FTR. No. The Young Bucks versus FTR in a ladder match for the AEW
Put some
World Tag
respect
Team
on your former
Championship,
champions.
aka we don't have to take the pin match.
Yeah. I got Bucks.
Do you?
Yeah.
Me too. I'm literally wearing my Young Bucks shirt right now. I got the Bucks as well. Like, it makes too much sense for the quote unquote new elite to not have Okada have the title and then the Bucks have the title so that they can look even more powerful. And I do believe that Jack Perry costs FTR and joins the elite to take over Adam Page's spot.
That
it just makes too much sense right now.
You've got that aspect of it, and then also Cash's court case coming up, where I don't know how they think that's going to pan out or whatever. Honestly, for what it was and him not having any offenses in the state, it's probably not going to be a big deal, even if he gets found guilty or whatever. They'll probably plea down to whatever. But still, just not knowing how that's going to pan out, the fact it's going to be back in the news cycle. You want to bring Jack Perry back in. FTR have had this run for a little bit and haven't really done that much. Obviously, they're vacant now, but their last runs that they had, they weren't really that active, Can you remember what's the best match from the last FTR title run?
The Bullet Club Gold match?
Yeah, the shit on Collision. But other than that, like they didn't.
Well, I mean, I really enjoyed the Ricky Starks and Big Bill match where they lost them too.
I guess. But yeah, no, like they're vacant titles, so FTR's not like losing here. Nobody's getting pinned. You're gonna have the Jack Perry interference. The last FTR runs didn't really hit that good, and you have to build up the stable with titles to put over.
And it's a new character that is they're trying to get over with the Bucks as well, where FTR is the same character. So like, why wouldn't you? Yes, this is the way to go.
I don't see this going any other way. This is probably not my 13. However many matches there are, that's 10. My highest confidence pick. Yeah.
I had the Bucks as well. Obviously, I wouldn't be rocking this shirt if I didn't. Next up, we've got Tony Storm and Thunder.
Losers.
Tony Storm. Tony Storm and Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa gets a shot to get her title back that she quote unquote never lost, and dropped for 8 months for her 4-week injury. So who you got in this one, guy?
Here's a question: when Tony Storm beats her, do you think she keeps making the argument, "I never lost my title," since you were in a championship match that you didn't win, and that's functionally equivalent to you losing the belt if you did have it?
I don't know what's going on in Thunder Rosa's head when she says stuff. Although that last promo she had was pretty good. So
yeah, I've got Tony Storm on this. I don't think Rosa's done enough coming back to throw her the belt, and I think that you have to do Tony Storm and Hater it all in. So there's no way that...
Dude, 100% Tony Storm is winning this match because I think Hater is the person that's going to take it back off of Tony Storm. So the other thing is, I also think that there might be an outside chance that Deonna turns heel on Thunder Rosa so that those two can work a program together without a title being on the line. Because AEW desperately needs more women's storylines that don't involve a title. I mean, WWE needs that too, but AEW has the capacity to do it, I believe.
I mean, you say that, but look at this card for the men's. Like, how many men's stories are there that don't involve a title in some sense too? Like every fucking match on this card, except for the Copeland triple threat and then the Danielson Ospreay one, is for a title. And the Danielson Ospreay one doesn't really have a story except we both think that we're the best and people want to see us wrestle. So I don't know.
I mean, it's no secret that it's easier to create a story around a title than not.
Yeah, I just think that the whole, like, there's no women's stories that don't involve titles thing is a little bit overblown. it's just most stories revolve around titles.
I'm
It's
just
just
saying
that
that
the
they
men's
could,
division.
though. I'm saying that they could, and you got to remember how many people are involved in those title stories right now. So you got literally Deonna Purrazzo, Thunder Rosa, Toni Storm, Mariah May, all involved in that, right? Then in the other one, you've got Julia Hart, Mercedes Moné, Willow Nightingale, and Chris Statlander, Sky Blue, all involved in that in some way or another. I just think that you could do that again. Even if you're using a title match rather, to build off of it, like in this case, Deonna would quote unquote cost Thunder Rosa the chance to get her title back because of their former miscommunications when they were in the tag team together against Toni Storm and Mariah May, shit like that. I think you could build off of that and have a just straight up quote unquote grudge match or whatever the fuck without a title being on the line.
Yeah, I think my point is more just like the reason that it feels like that is that there's a fucking ton of men's titles.
Well, I'm not saying they have to be on pay-per-views either. I agree with you. Like, I understand that the pay-per-view is where you should have the title matches.
Yeah.
But when we go to Dynamite, you could literally build up a Thunder Rosa, Deonna Purrazzo fucking main event for a Dynamite or a Collision.
Mm.
We used to have St. Patrick's Day slams and fucking Winter is Comings and shit where women would main event on those special edition type shows.
Yeah.
Absolutely could see Deonna Purrazzo versus Thunder Rosa. Like, it could be a story that is told. It doesn't need to be, not every feud needs to be climaxed at a fucking pay-per-view, is my point. You could still have the story there.
But also in kayfabe, everybody should be working for a title. So the whole point of like
all the more reason to blow it off on a Dynamite or Collision and not at a pay-per-view if you're going to have all your titles on the line at pay-per-views.
Yeah. All right. What's the next one?
All right. So yeah, I got Toni Storm as well, but
no shit.
I'm really hoping it's because like hate her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hopefully she's close to coming back soon. Next up, we've got Will Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson. This match is gonna slap hard as fuck.
It's got to be Ospreay, right? Because then you put him. Then Moxley comes back, and then he challenges for the IWGP champion and gets his fucking ass beat.
I mean,
That's
think
how it's
about
got to go.
This card is, and it doesn't have Moxley and it doesn't have Claudio.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple people that aren't, yeah. But they're also doing stuff on Collision too, so it's not like they're not wrestling all this week. Like the Hobbs match with Moxley, stuff like that. Or is that the Dynamite after the pay-per-view? Is that Collision or is that the Dynamite after? I don't even fucking remember. But yeah,
Moxley, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Dynamite.
Okay. But yeah, no, I've got Ospreay in this, and I think this leads to probably Ospreay turning face. There was obviously the hints of it last night already, where he was kind of pissed at Fletcher.
Let's be real. This man has been face the entire time he's came to AEW. But I get what you're saying. But no, he's been face the entire time,
turning on his otherwise
he's
heel
literally
stable.
done nothing heelish since he's arrived in AEW.
He even apologized for rubbing the Canadian flag in his ass. What a good boy. Also, I was at that show. The crowd was not at all. Those people were pissed. I didn't care because I'm American. But yeah, no, I've got Ospreay on this, and I think there's probably some sort of post-match beatdown, whatever the fuck. Ospreay stopped with Blackpool Combat Club comes out to stop. They have their little fucking face off, and Ospreay flips out at the Callis boys, and then that's where they split, and then who knows what they do from there. But I think this eventually leads to Moxley versus Ospreay, whereas Moxley's kind of the final boss of the BCC.
What if Ospreay joins BCC? We can finally get an English dude in Blackpool Combat Club. Since Rico's been gone.
But I think the story there is pretty easy to tell. I was the former IWGP champion. You're the current IWGP champion. Let's see who should really have that belt. Blah, blah, blah.
I'm cool with Moxley will beat him, but
yeah, no shit.
I'm cool with that's more of a New Japan thing though. That's not because I'm not saying Ospreay should lose to him. I'm just saying because New Japan's not going to give Ospreay the title after he just left the fucking company.
It can always be non-title.
Yeah, I guess.
But I don't think that looks good either. So I think
that's got to be a Forbidden Door match though, right?
Yeah, and I think you have Moxley win.
But anyway, I would say there's also a strong possibility that when Kyle Davis comes back, you just get United Empire back together, the OG United Empire back in AEW, and then you have like Kyle Davis and Ospreay talk to Fletcher and get him away from fucking Don Callis type deal. Because I think Don Callis' family is fine with Will Hobbs, Takeshita, and Sammy, or not Sammy, not anymore. Will Hobbs, Takeshita, and whoever the fuck else they want to get. They can get whoever, but they can get a younger dude. Doesn't matter.
Get Garcia in there already.
I was about to say. I was gonna say Garcia's name, and I was like, that'd be interesting if Garcia turned heel like that and went against the dude that they've been having issues with for a while now.
That's how they got Fletcher, right? So,
yeah. After they turned on Fletcher, they got Fletcher, then turned on Fletcher, and then got Fletcher again. It made no sense.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Gang initiation. All right. Yeah, I've
got Ospreay too. Yes.
I've also got Ospreay. All right. And then
Danielson isn't really in my opinion, Danielson, he's winning a lot, but we all know behind the scenes he doesn't want to.
Right.
He just wants to have really good fucking matches. The dude is
and he's not going to put over the guy
now.
that the company. Yeah,
he's not going to best life right now, dude. Like, I still want him to win a world title or any kind of title before he leaves, but
yeah, he's not going to not put over the guy that the company just made millions of dollars
on your roster for 2-3 years or whatever, and putting out all those crazy matches and then not having a title. I think AEW doesn't value a lot of people that don't value, or it's not really their fault. They're not valuing titles and title histories to bump up those prestige numbers or prestige like auras around the titles. They don't seem to care as much. And I think they should. Like, I love the fact, thank God, that Sting got the tag titles before he left, because it would have made no sense with what you've done with the ranking system and everything else, and him and Darby being fucking undefeated throughout Sting's entire run, and then not get not even a shot at the titles, let alone win them. So I'm so glad that they ended up being like, nah, Sting, you're fucking winning this. I don't care what you say. I'm hoping TK does something similar with Danielson on. It doesn't have to be the world title. It could be the international title. It could be continental title, whatever.
Just like, bro, you work here.
Because even though we got really close with the C2, but then he ends up losing to Kingston, which I don't have an issue with wholeheartedly or anything, one way or the other. But if he ends up not winning anything, I'm going to look back at it and be like, damn, maybe you should have gave it to Danielson just so he could have something. Because you like those tournaments to have prestige going forward too, because if you want that to be looked at in the same vein as a G1, Danielson winning would be a big fucking deal. But yeah, I've got Ospreay winning this one too, because I don't think it really hurts Danielson. There's no titles on the line. It's going to be a fucking sweet match. We've seen him lose to Zack Sabre Jr. We've seen him lose to Okada. Garcia, I believe, beat him as well. So there's things that he's or matches that he's lost. Eddie Kingston.
He lost to Moxley. So
yeah, Moxley beat him. All right, time for the main event. Let's go. Here we go. It's Samoa Joe and Swerve Strickland for the AEW World Championship. Who you got?
Hangman's been awful quiet lately.
Dude, I swear to God,
Hangman's been awful quiet lately.
No, fuck no.
I think it's time.
No, it's not.
For the Hangman
not, dude,
to come reassert his place in the title picture scene. I honestly don't know on this one, man. Swerve winning makes sense because then you build to your whatever your all-in main event there is with him. But Joe winning also makes sense because Cole just announced, or it's come out that Cole is, I don't know that he officially announced it, but Cole's ankle injury is not getting better at the rate that they thought it was going to get better. Now, they could have released that because it's a Swerve and he's going to do some shit. Who knows? But if that's true, then having to push back the whole Adam Cole MJF thing for so long, you're keeping MJF out a little too long too. Forbidden Door is in Long Island this year. There's no way MJF isn't there. I think he has to come back at some point. And if Cole isn't going to be cleared for 2 months that leads up to Forbidden Door, I think at some point he comes back. Maybe he's involved in this finish because not because he interferes or anything, but because Joe wins And then MJF is the one that's got a problem with Joe, obviously, because Joe's the one that kind of fucked him over with the whole fake tag team, whatever the fuck thing, right? And, you know, is one that beat him for the belt. So, I don't know. I think Swerve is who everybody wants to see win, but I think if MJF comes out afterward to challenge Samoa Joe, then people will get over it. Because you understand the story that they're telling. But there's that other half of me that's just like, it's time to pull the fucking trigger on Swerve. And maybe the way you do that is you have MJF come out and interfere so that Swerve wins. Because MJF doesn't give a fuck about the belt right now as much as he cares about fucking over Samoa Joe for fucking him over. Fuck. It's time to pull the trigger on Swerve, though. Tony's relatively good about striking when something should be struck on. Fuck. I'm tentatively going Swerve, but it's not my highest confidence pick at all.
I've got Swerve as well, and I'm a lot more confident than you are.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Oh. There's just a lot that can branch out.
It's Swerve's time. Swerve's had enough chances at this title now and lost all these chances. It's time. This is it. Mojo's had it long enough. He had a good little run like I wanted him to have. Like, it wasn't it's not a bust run, but we don't need another year-long reign either. This is the exact nice little compact run that we were talking about. He looked like a badass in it. It's not like he's going to fall all the way back down to mid-card after losing it or anything. He could literally go right to the International or right to Continental. Like, I would love to see Joe versus Okada. They got history, obviously. That would be cool to see a Continental program.
Are you talking about TNA?
Yeah, I love the TNA history. What are you talking about? That would be great. Do you know how pissed Okada would be if Joe brought that up? That would be fucking hilarious. I think Okada should literally come out with the Kato mask.
Oh fuck! They got history
to fuck with him.
Whoa. Okay.
King of television, baby.
Yeah, they got history.
Green Hornet. Would be awesome.
Okay.
There's so many things that Joe could do, and you know Joe would do it too because Joe don't give a fuck. But Joe was one of the guys that was really nice to him. By the way, we were talking about the ladder match earlier, and we're talking about Jack Perry possibly getting involved. The news reports about Motor City Machine Guns going to AEW.
Yeah.
Dude, Motor City Machine Guns Young Bucks revival would be insane.
I know you like them a lot.
Whoa. What are you about to say? You about to say some blasphemous shit on this fucking program? Because I'm telling you right now,
I'm just not
Motor City Machine Guns, I believe, are better wrestlers right now than the Young Bucks are.
I understand that a lot of people believe that, and I understand why, and I'm not saying they're a bad tag team.
Oh my God, what is happening on this show?
Just let me fucking finish, dude. They just don't click for me. Like, sometimes you can tell like a team is good or a wrestler is good or whatever, and they just don't click for me. That's it. It's not a big deal. I'm not saying they're bad. They're good wrestlers. It just doesn't really it doesn't grip me, you know?
No, I don't know.
Right, well,
no, I don't. No.
Okay.
Wrong.
It's the same way that you don't get carrying cross, you know? It's just
it's not even. Oh my God, what is happening? What is happening on the show, dude?
Look, some things are just not for.
You can't have a fucking prediction show without going off the rails at the end. Don't ever bring up fucking carrying cross in the same breath as Motor City Machine Guns again. It's not even close.
They're equally good.
You like Motor City Machine Guns more than I like carrying cross, so there's no way. There's no way. That's a comparable statement.
It's also a dumb name.
What?
Motor City Machine Guns.
So is every New Japan stable.
That's not true.
Just 5 guys?
House of Torture is sick.
House of Torture is pretty sick. But nobody likes them, though. So you got the sick name, but then nobody likes them.
Yeah. Chaos?
No, that's just... that sounds like... They sound like they were naming baseball teams or some shit over there.
It sounds like they were looking up English words for shit that they...
Well, that's what they did with Just 5 Guys. Is what
Chaos. Yes.
What?
Now
you die.
I mean,
Just 5 Guys.
LIJ is not a bad name. Bullet Club.
Bullet Club was like the first cool one. What are you talking about? Like that? Come on.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Oh, speaking of, this is fucking infuriating. I see a lot of people in so I was reading all the Japanese reactions to Moxley winning the IWGP Championship, and a lot of them were like they were cool with him winning. They were like, "Oh yeah, cool, like, it'll be cool to have somebody else run it for a little bit," but everybody's just kind of from this was a lot of the reactions. They were literally all talking about how like it'll be a cool setup for when Evil comes back and beats him for it. Like,
Wait,
I
I
don't know
thought
if this
people
is
hated
just
Evil though.
I don't know. I think maybe just we hate Evil. I mean, we don't
No,
hate him,
I
but
don't.
no, I don't mean you. I mean like we,
Oh,
the Western audience.
oh, got you.
Yeah, like
I thought I was under the impression that Japanese people hated Evil, especially the way that the commentary crew puts it too.
well, he's
Like
a heel.
they act like fucking House of Torture is old school Bullet Club. Like, nah, get the fuck out off my TV type shit.
Yeah.
Get out of this promotion.
No, but they like I was just like, Evil. Of all the fucking people you think should go over Moxley, Evil's the one that comes in. That's crazy to me.
Be great when Evil comes back and wins it. That's hilarious. Yes, Evil beating Moxley would be great.
Evil beating Moxley.
What a great
war
scene
crime.
that would be. No, I'm down for that.
All right, whatever.
I prefer Yoda, honestly, if I'm booking it.
The real House of Torture is my house having to watch Evil go over fucking
Yoda
Moxley.
would be the better option in my opinion, but no, it would be hilarious if Evil won. In fact, let Evil win the fucking G1 too while we're at it to really drive it home that this motherfucker's about to win the title.
Stop. I don't think Moxley keeps it. I don't think Moxley keeps it.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think so either. Because he'd have to be in the G1, and that's not going to happen.
The champion doesn't have to be in the G1.
Well,
they just
that's
often
the way
are.
they've been doing it.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got. All right, let's do our confidence picks here. All right, so we've picked everything the exact same except for Julia and Willow.
Jesus. And we didn't look at that. And you didn't share anything with me, so you can't fucking say, "Are you copying me all the time?" I'll fucking copy you. We just have similar predictions.
All right, let's go. Bullet Club Gold. We both picked. What's your confidence pick on Bullet Club Gold winning both?
That's not how we do these. We just say the number for 10.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay, well, you want to start with 10? What are you the most confident in? Which one are you the most confident in? Which one is getting your 10?
10?
Do you have the matches pulled up yet, so you can actually?
Yeah, I'm looking at them right now.
All right. I'm just making sure that you don't like forget one or something like that.
Osprey is probably my 10. I don't see Danielson go over Osprey.
Osprey is his 10. My 10 is going to be Okada.
Yeah, that's my 9, I think.
Brian's got 9 points on Okada. I will go 9 on. I'll go 9 on Roderick Strong.
My 8 is the Bucks.
My 8 will be. My 8 will be Osprey.
I already did Okada, yeah? That was my 9?
Yes.
So
number 7.
Strong will be my 7.
7. My 7 will be House of Black.
My 6 is Tony Storm.
My 6 will be. My 6 will be the Bucks.
My 5 will be House of Black.
My 5 will be. My 5 will be Bullet Club Gold.
My 4 will be. Did I say Tony Storm yet?
Yeah, you gave her a 6.
Then yeah, I'll just do Bullet Club as well then.
My 4 will be. My 4 will be Tony Storm.
My 3 will be Jericho.
My 3 will be Jericho.
Fucking copy me. 2 is Willow.
My 2 will be Swerve.
Okay, and then my 1 was obviously Swerve because that's the only one I got left.
Told you I was way more confident than you in that. And
Way more, twice as much.
My 1, yeah, exactly, doubled it. My 1 will be Julia, obviously.
Okay.
You're not gonna get me, bro. Actually, you might. I don't know.
You sounded a lot more confident in that one when you were talking about it, but okay.
I'm confident in what I want to happen in both of them.
Okay.
But I just don't think that doesn't mean shit, honestly.
It's fucked up that you're such a Willow hater, but
I'm not a Willow hater.
That's not what I heard. You said
That is
I hope she doesn't
definitely
win.
you've definitely never heard anything else.
You said you hope she doesn't win, and that you don't even want to see no match with her and Mercedes Moné. You said fuck that.
What the hell are we even talking about? I do believe that it will eventually be a Willow and Mercedes versus maybe a Statlander turns heel as well. I didn't throw that out there. That could also happen. Statlander and Julia versus Willow and Mercedes, or some kind of combination of that, or something like that. I don't know. You never know.
Yeah, it's time for the Statlander heel turn though. You know, what there hasn't been in a long time that they need to do again is a heel face team that doesn't break up over it. They don't do that enough, but they could do that with Willow and Statlander.
They could,
because the thing is, you have Stokely there as like a moderating influence for both of them, and I think that just works. So,
well, we had it. We had that with obviously Keith Lee and Swerve for a while before they actually broke up. But we also had it, a smaller version of it with Sky and Willow as well earlier.
Mm.
They fought through it or whatever, and then eventually Sky did end up turning, just like Swerve ended up turning eventually. But they did have a little break where you thought they were going to split up, but then they were together for months, a few more months after, before they actually did it. So I mean, we've seen it.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, it would
don't
be
do it
cool.
enough.
But there's also a part of me that's like, okay, Statlander, it's time. It'd be cool. It'd be cool to see heel Stat, especially after the Trent Beretta stuff.
Whatever he whispered.
Who knows? I'm sure we'll find out whenever Stat does turn heel.
We'll probably find out whenever we find out what The Rock passed with Cody.
And we'll also, I don't give a shit, honestly.
You know, I think it was a brass ring.
Okay.
I think that makes the most sense.
Some people
Right.
they think it was Dusty's Hall of Fame ring or something like that, which would be like weird. Why would The Rock have that and not Cody?
And
Anyway.
why would he wait so long to give it to him? That's weird. You ain't been in wrestling in 10 years. You could have given that to him.
It was at AEW. He never met him. He didn't have time to run into him. He was
You
busy.
didn't have your phone number, bro.
He was busy starting and restarting, stopping and restarting the XFL, UFL 3 years in a row. So he didn't
Fast
have
and
time.
Furious 9 filming.
He didn't have time. No, yeah, exactly. All right. That will do it for the predictions. Sure to be wrong. Do not use these predictions to bet on anything. We are probably going to be wrong. In fact, most of the time when we pick a lot of the same stuff, it's not great, but not in AEW though. In AEW, I feel like when we pick the same stuff, we're pretty right. When we pick the same stuff in WWE though, not usually good. Not usually a good sign. You might want to go against whatever the fuck we said.
Or New Japan. Yeah.
We will be back on Sunday, or not Sunday, but I guess Monday morning. Technically, we'll have to do the show because Sunday will be obviously the fucking pay-per-view.
The pay-per-view, yeah.
So we'll just do the review, I guess. We'll just do the AEW review, kind of like we did with WrestleMania, and then we'll save the actual meat of the show for the next Sunday following after, with all the stuff with the Gable turn. We'll see what the fallout from that is. I know Ryan probably loved that. Yeah. I mean,
Sammy deserved it.
But let me make sure that he's going to be turning alone and not bringing the rest of the fucking Otis and Maxine with him too. Like, I don't want to see that shit. Make Gable go be the new Kurt Angle like I've been wanting him to do ever since he had long fucking hair.
I kind of want to see heel Otis as a heater.
No, I don't. No, terrible idea.
Whatever.
We'll talk about other stuff obviously as well that happens throughout the week. We'll give our take on the Oklahoma bullshit too. I'm sure there'll be updates on that. And we'll see how that all goes and plays out. And we will see you very shortly with our AEW review. I hope you guys enjoy the show. On the Straight Edge Monster Jack, that's Ryan.